It is such an awful situation when you realize that you are in some kind of a loop, wherein you get up early, get to your work, and keep up with the rest of the things throughout the day, and you are just bored right now. Even though you were quite excited about starting at the very beginning, but right now, every spark of yours have dimmed down. Well, I have been there. And you know what? The worst part is that you don't realize that where you are heading right now. So well, in today's video, I'll tell you how this loop actually works. So those who are new here, I'm Sarangajit Bora and I help people with their public speaking and communication skills. So just a month ago, I just got to meet one of my friends from my Chennai days. I would say he has been a friend of mine from my childhood days, from my school days basically. And we used to share our flats in Chennai. So basically he was my flatmate back then when I was in Chennai. And his name was, maybe you have already guessed it. For those of who are already following me up from the very starting days of my YouTube channel. Okay, so when I met him this time, we were really very excited. We talked about a whole lot of things, from the things that we shared, from the moments that we had, and the laughters that we shared, and there are numerous things that were coming up in our mind. In the midst of it, there was a part of the discussion wherein we talked about the struggles that we had. We talked about the hard times that we had. We talked about how we used to, travel for long to reach our institutions, to our, basically our universities, and then get back to your room, cook our own food. And furthermore, we just discuss about all those confusing bits of our life back then when we were staying together. And we couldn't help, we just ended up laughing. Because right now, all these things have changed for better. And we are really happy about it. So to sum up about the meeting, we really had a good time talking about a whole lot of things that we had in our past. And personally, I was really happy to meet him after such a long time. And at that point in time, I didn't even realize that this moment of my life would in some days would definitely hit me up with a lesson on its own. So 2 days later, as I got back home, I got along with my sister. She's a very cute little sister that I have. Sat alongside her and she was doing something on her drawing book. So if you remember, from your childhood days that we used to have all those small drawings in our drawing books wherein there'd be dots like 1, 2, 3 and 4 when we just go by, putting them all together with a line from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and that goes on. And then at the end, a picture pops up. Until it's complete, we don't realize what picture we're actually drawing. So she was getting herself engaged with same kind of thing. I just sat beside her, being curious about what kind of drawing it would pop up. And that is when it just hit me hard. I could well relate to the conversation that I had with my friend 2 days back. And now, when I was sitting next to her, I could relate to what we were talking. Because every dot she was connecting from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and so on, the picture was kind of unfolding itself. And I was being able to guess it out how this picture would pop up. And believe me, at that moment, I could go well back on time and think about all those things that happened. Getting into my first sales job and then leaving it and then getting into my master's program. And meanwhile, just to cope up with my living out there in Chennai, I got enrolled with Planet Spark, working there for a good amount of time. I tried my hands on Preply. And throughout this journey, what I realized was that I was evolving as a person. So the key takeaway that I really want you to take from this video is that if you realize that you are in that loop that I have already described, and you are doing it, you are doing all the things that you are doing right now, from getting up early, getting along with your work, and keeping up with the rest of the things throughout your day, only because you don't have any other options to alter things around, and you don't realize where you are heading at the same time, then know that there will be one point in your life when everything would start making sense to you. Because this is how it has worked with me, and definitely it will work with you the same way. Just know for the fact that whatever you are doing is right for you. If you acknowledge that anything that you are doing right now is right for you, just keep doing it. Because there will be one point in your life when everything would start making sense to you. So if you have made until here and you realize that you have gathered some kind of insights from this video, then consider subscribing. And I will show up with a new video, with a new experience on a new day. Until then, take care.